Lil Cam, he shouldn't have never even went back to the deck or the tier, even talking about what they said in the courtroom. They always tell you supposed to keep stuff discreet, and you don't supposed to realize, speak out your case, man, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that they said that he played a part in Takeoff getting sent up. They didn't say he was the man who realized up the move, but they said Migo Bands gave him the look, and he instantly started blowing. So I want y'all to pay attention to what's going on, man. They just instantly got down on him. They said dude jumped over the table, instantly grabbed Lil Cam. He instantly run up the stairs. As soon as Lil Cam run up the stairs, Buddy grabbed him. He got him right by the door. And hey, look at the video. Hey, I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on. And it's sad because the people who was there, they didn't even help him. And I don't blame them, because from what Quavo said that the reason why people even on his bumper, and what I mean by on his bumper is they realize like they own that man. Like real life, MobTies over with. They said J Prince Jr. and them sitting back looking like, dang man, they done got Lil Cam. Now they finna try to push even harder to get Lil Cam out that jam. I want y'all to pay attention to this, man, and open y'all eyes. Understand this is a revolving door, man, and a lot of people played a role in this. RP Takeoff, man. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that Quavo sit there and said all the people who was right there surrounding him, them was the main ones who could have realized, looked behind them, and saw that they was running up on Takeoff like that. Lil Cam lawyer was the main one who told him, like, man, you gonna be safe, you gonna be good. And if you really pay attention to it, it's like, is they trying to get him up out of the jam, and Takeoff got sent up, and they not looking at that. But in other words, you gotta look at the key evidence in this, man. Lil Cam was right there with the blicky, and they said there was a lot of people who witnessed it, but they said people didn't want to come forth because of one thing. They didn't want their face all on that. They didn't want people saying like, oh, they was the ones who snitched on Lil Cam. So I want everybody to know one thing. J Prince Jr., he parked that slab in the garage, and he realized holding it in there. He don't want nobody to know that, like real life, that got ties to the Takeoff getting sent up. That's why he not even driving there no more. And everybody in Houston said J Prince Jr., he stashed the car, he dipped it off. And if anybody from the streets, you know what dip off mean. HPD told the feds, how many people you think was on that camera? The feds told them at least 15, 20 people. They said no. It was like 24 people there, and them people who was there, it was like it was staged at one point, but then you could see where Quavo started arguing with MobTies, but it was their private party. It was J Prince Jr. birthday. The prosecutors is saying it doesn't matter if Lil Cam real life had the move in his hand on camera while he was in initiation to realize send Takeoff up. No, it had nothing to do with that. It was the fact of he had to move on him. And when I say move, I mean he had the blicky on him. Hey, I want y'all to really look at this, man, because a lot of people not paying attention to the main key points in this. And a lot of people sit back and they look at this like, look, Cam, he did it. Okay, Lil Cam did it, but J Prince the feds. At the end of the day, J Prince Jr., he was the main one who supposed to did 3 years and end up getting out. How do you do that? Where they do that at? What is this? At the end of the day, man, we all know for a fact that people sit back and say like, look, Cam cousin was the main one. Now, it was so many people that was standing back in them cuts, like dude with the baseball hoodie on. Like, that was dude that was real life with the dude with the dreads. Yeah, that was dude that was with the shits. At the end of the day, man, I want everybody to pay attention to this, man, and really open their eyes to the fact of what's really going on, because if you really pay attention to what the feds said, the feds own them boys, man. The feds own them boys, man, and I can't sugarcoat it not one bit. At the end of the day, we know for a fact, we don't want to see nobody get booked or get sent up. But they made a countless act of senseless violence, man. They realized set Takeoff up. And from what they saying is, Migo Benz, when he discharged his move, hey, it was over with because they saw it in his hand before they even saw Lil Cam with the blicky. And it was a MobTies connection. I don't know who they trying to be or who they think they is, but at the end of the day, it's over with for MobTies. And Migo Benz specified it. Migo Benz real life, he reached out and said that Takeoff cousin, he going through it right now, and he the wild one. I want y'all to really pay attention to that because it's gonna end up bad for Lil Cam. You see for a fact that Lil Cam, they finna get that man about 2 on. You feel me? About 2 of them things. All because he had the blicky on camera. If you from the streets, you tell me how many people you know for a fact finna have a blicky in their hand and they with you, but they end up blowing at you instead of the ops. At the end of the day, they said Migo Benz, he sat there, he pulled up on Quavo and told Quavo like, man, we gotta tell them what really happened. And this is why Migo Benz even sat out there and said what he said. Migo Benz, like, I give him his props for this and I give him his due diligence because you have to really respect the fact that he spoke out. He spoke out on the fact that Takeoff got sent up. Real live, look at this from a whole totally different perspective. And if you watch this video to the end, you know for a fact that these facts that's getting spent, these jewels, at the end of the day, man, we know for a fact that there's some people who ain't gonna be able to hear this, and then next thing you know, they go out there and do what they want to do or do something stupid. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that, boy, you can't be out there moving reckless and crash out. You see half the people who crashed out real life, they either sent up or locked up. And you can vouch for me on that. Like, at the end of the day, hit the like button. But I want y'all to subscribe to the channel if you real life want to, like, real life pay attention to what's going on, man. It's like, I look at them like, y'all making y'allself a target because in all actual reality, if you pay attention to it, gee, like, real life, y'all know for a fact that the half the dudes that y'all into it with is y'all own homies. Y'all grew up with them. Y'all grew up with them people that y'all into it with, boy. And I know this from actual experience. People sit back and they said that J. Prince Jr. the feds, they said that he real life got booked for some time and then got out on an early release, all because he gave them what they wanted. This is not coming from nobody else but the people who was right there when it happened. I want y'all to open y'all eyes to what's really going on. Hit the like button if you're new to the channel. Hey, man, they didn't care about Takeoff. They didn't care about Takeoff cousin. They didn't care about Takeoff uncle. Them people real life grieving for this man. And these people sitting back, enjoying their life, living their life, living it up. Y'all gotta really pay attention to this, man. What is this? Like, I'm trying to figure out, is they gonna keep lying about what's going on, or is they gonna prosecute the people that need to be prosecuted? Yeah, and they said that he was booked for felony possession. This goes to show y'all, man. And I always tell y'all, man, if y'all in the streets, man, be cautious of the things that you do, man, because your own homies could be the one that rat you out in real life. Look at you like you gonna snitch on the whole MobTies. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Take heed to this because everybody know for a fact that he was already on house arrest. It ain't no coincidence that he was out that late and he knew that he had to be in the crib at a certain time. He realized, went out there, and from what they saying, they said, look, listen to this, y'all. They said that this man went out there because he wanted to realize take off chain, man. This goes to show that a lot of people sit back and don't really, some people don't want to look at this from a certain perspective, but you have to be mindful of what happened to Takeoff. Takeoff was one of the main ones who real life was sitting there looking like, okay, these people real life, they trying to gang up on Quavo. So let me walk over there. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if these people real life you feel me, gon' try to jump on Quavo. But it turned around. Migo Bands instantly, he up moved. Once he up moved, he instantly, only reason he was doing that is because he saw Lil Cam pull out the piece. Y'all really gotta look at that, man. If you in the streets, you know ain't nobody finna pull out a piece if they not finna use it. That's why he ran up on the back of Takeoff. Yeah, because a lot of people sat back and they sat there and said like, hold on, I'm not finna let this man come out here and real life have all these chains on and real life. I already don't like these, man. This is what Lil Cam was saying, y'all. And y'all gotta understand the video footage, it has audio. And you gotta really understand that they know everything that was going on that happened, even though the footage was chopped up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's footage from different angles and different areas too, so they're gonna pick up a lot of different sounds as well. Figure on the way out, ahead of time, afterwards, and everything will be able to, hopefully piece together to get justice.
Yeah, because everything that they have found, initially, they had picked him up, I guess, for breaking his probation, being out late. And then from there, it was the piece. And I guess, some of the paperwork, they said that something along the lines that he had stole a car in California, but, there hasn't been too much information about that, other than the fact that we know that he was picked up with no bond, and he basically, the charge right now is gun possession, and because he has a felon, and that was the night that Takeoff was sent up, and they have it all on footage. Everybody knows exactly what happened. They can see that he was out there, and he broke the probation initially being out that late. J. Prince Jr., he stepped on a lot of people before Lil Cam real life got booked. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on, because from what the DA saying, the DA real life, they put their finger on the main person who caused the situation. And I always tell y'all, when a person caused the situation, this is really going to affect everybody in the crowd, because you know how when something pop up, you have to really pay attention to it, because they son Duke up. Mm-hmm. Takeoff got hit up by one of J. Prince Jr. MobTies affiliates.
Right.
People know this, and people sit back looking like, hold on, I don't trust them like that, because they realize they treacherous.
Right. I mean, and they were down there for a couple of weeks working on their project, trying to get it out there. So everybody knew they were out there. So who's to say?
Lil Cam broke off house arrest just to go there, because how did he get caught with the piece? Right.
I mean, to me, the crazy part is that Lil Cam is 16, and so all the stuff that goes back to 2018, his Hayden tweets, he was young. I mean, he's young now. So 2018. He was a bit younger, and who's to say he went out that night to break it and just do what he wanted to do, and that's it.
He wanted to real life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. From what his cousin saying, man, they set that man up because he knew for a fact that they was gonna corner him off, and then Migo Bands made a mistake and hit him up.
Right.
They said his own crew hit him up. Mm-hmm. They said Lil Cam was the only one that instantly ran up behind him, tried to snatch the chain, and end up popping him at the same time.
Right. Now, if they're able to recover the piece,
they already did ballistics, though.
Right. But will they be able to tie it to other stuff? Because a lot of times that's what happens.
If they had the same blick.
Right.
For a long time, they had a blick for a long time. They've been in a whole bunch of drills, and they've been out there like real live, like going in on people. Like you see what happened with Duke, and from what they saying that the move that Lil Cam got caught with, it was tied to Duke the Jeweler.
I mean,
It's crazy, man.
yeah.
Breaking news, y'all, man. I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on because Duke the Jeweler, man. R.I.P. to Duke the Jeweler, man, because they real life sat there and thought that it was sweet, man. It's justice for these boys, man. At the end of the day, I know for a fact that people sitting right here looking like, why would they even run up on Duke like that, though? They ran up on Duke because they wanted the jury bag.
Yeah.
But the reason why they ran up on Takeoff is because Lil Cam wanted to real life take that chain, man. He wanted that Migos pendant.
Right. And the thing is everybody be checking in exactly where they go, too. So you know along the way, even if you thought that they were going to be there, you can even confirm because people actually put themselves in that place while they're there.
Checking in for goofies.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because you can get sent up just by checking in. Them people you don't know, man. You only know the people you checking into. You don't know the people who they got in the background as their security. Who thirsty.
Right.
They ain't got no money.
Right. You go live on location, you just don't know who's watching you.
Real live, and they said that in Lil Cam car, where they found one of the diamonds off Takeoff chain, man. And y'all gotta really pay attention to that, man, because if you find a diamond in the car, the diamond worth, it was a baguette. So you gotta really look at it. The baguette's worth more than a regular diamond. The diamonds is gonna determine where it came from. So if they got all of it did by a certain jeweler, you real life gotta pay attention to it because it'll track back.
Right.
Everything you gotta track it to it.
Right.
And from what they saying is they ping all the towers. And you gotta really look at the fact that when Lil Cam ran off and he came out of the bowling alley when J. Prince Jr. was jumped over Takeoff, you real live gotta pay attention to the fact that they pinged his iPhone, man. All the way from there to the, you feel me?
Yeah.
To the car.
Yeah, I mean, technology is crazy. It can tell exactly where you are. It can see who's next to you, who's around you.
That's why Lil Cam, he mad right now because they got that man. They asked this man, do you want to be in PC or not? He said he want to be in population.
I mean, it is what it is, you know?
And we know for a fact that you really can't be in population if you know you got the Migos people behind you. This is Migos connection. And what they saying about the Rico indictment is sad because too many people going down for it. 14 people they real life got in that 62-page indictment, man.
I mean, they're gonna find there's more people connected, and who's to say Lil Cam? Who's to say he's gonna end up ratting on himself in there? Or what's gonna be said, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Lil Cam was the main one who they said that he was the one who real life pulled the same move that he got caught with, the piece. Like, the same piece, man. He only had 2 more shells still in there, man. It was over with from that point. They already knew what happened. They said, why was your clip in, you feel me? Why was it only 2 left up in there?
Right. I mean, and they may end up even tying it with something else. There's a lot of times there's stuff that's cold and they're looking for pieces that go together, and it's just a matter of time through everything's run through the system, and then they start connecting the dots. It happens so often.
Yeah, but I sit back and look at it like, why would they even put themselves in this predicament?
Right.
And a lot of people don't think before they do certain things, but when it all boils down to it, you will sit there and look at it like, hold on. It was too many people there. Mike Prince, he didn't want to tell on Migo Bands. But Migo Bands already knew for a fact that once they come question him, he was telling on Lil Cam because that's the person who he was staring at.
Right.
That's the only person who really had the blicky.
I mean, they're gonna know because they know what ultimately sent Takeoff up. You know, and when they match it together, or whatever they're able to find, they're gonna be able to figure exactly out everything out.
Yeah, that's why I sit back and I look at it. I be like, you know what? They better be cautious about the people that they keep around them, because anybody could hear a conversation and be like, you know what? I'm finna go report this to the feds because they son Takeoff up. Even if they in MobTies.
I mean, that's the thing. What is everyone, or what's the line of you're gonna protect yourself for? You know, at what cost will you protect yourself?
It should be by any means.
Right.
And if y'all feel that Takeoff was sent up by his own people, throw them Takeoff in the comment section, man. Let me know how y'all feel, man. And if y'all feel that he was set up by J. Prince Jr., throw them 999s in the comment section. I want y'all to really pay attention to this, man, because it's really a big thing that a lot of people sitting back looking at it like Takeoff is one of the ones that started the Migos. The Migo bands was one of the ones who wanted to rap just like them. So you gotta understand, man. And if y'all really go and really pay attention to the video, y'all see that it's chopped up. If y'all think the video chopped up, let me know.
I mean, there was a lot of, I saw it looked like it was a bit choppy, I thought, my own opinion.
Yeah, because if y'all pay attention, if y'all would have literally look at the video, look at the first 10 seconds of the video, you'll hear a squeaking noise. Some type of, you feel me? Like it all goes back to Quavo getting to it, and you hear Quavo voice, you hear Quavo instantly. Man, I ain't trying to play no basketball. People sat there and said that it wasn't over the basketball, but they said it was over basketball. So that goes to show that Takeoff, real life, was trying to protect Quavo. People know this.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that it was like, originally I thought they were talking about a regular basketball